Hello.
Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special guest, mi madre, my mother.
Mamuma.
Mamuma.
Mamimi.
So we've done a little rosy, purpley plum glam. Just for something fun to do. So if you want to see how we created the look, please just keep on watching. Hey everyone, so I'm back. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. But we're just gonna go on and get started with the tutorial here. So first what I'm doing is concealing the brow area a little bit, just so that after I filled them in and shaped them nicely with product and everything, I don't have to go back over with foundation and sort of work around the work that I already did. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, just blending it through with a dual fiber eye brush. And then to fill in the shape, I'm using Spiked Eyebrow Pencil from MAC. I'm just following along my mom's natural shape, kind of elongating and defining the brow. I don't want anything too intense. I know her hair is quite dark, but I don't want it to look like a block sort of shape. So just sort of doing light, feathery, natural hair-like strokes so that we get more definition, but not too much intensity there. And then obviously going through and combing the product to help blend it through the shape of her brow as well. Next up, what I'm doing here is just defining under the arch of her brow with a little bit of concealer. So I'm using that to clean up the shape a little bit and also highlight her brow bone. And then I'm going to use this concealer down the lid as well as my primer too. And for the concealer, I use MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shades NC42 and NC50 mixed together. And I'm just using a small amount of that on a flat 242 brush from MAC Cosmetics as well. Then after that concealer is laid down, I just go back over top with that same dual fiber eye blending brush from Real Techniques just to really buff it and work it into the skin. And after I'm done with that, I go over top with some Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder to just press that onto the lid to mattify and help prep for eyeshadow application. So first things first, we are going in with our transition shade on a 221 brush from MAC Cosmetics. The color that I'm using is an eyeshadow called Uninterrupted, and it's like a medium brown blending shade. Really nice for my mom's skin tone. I'm just packing that on at first, and then I go back over top and sort of swipe and blend in circular motions to get a nice smooth finish. Then after we're done with that, I'm going in and highlighting the brow bone and inner corner. I'm using a highlighter from MAC called Oh Darling. Just a nice shimmery gold for the brow bone and inner corner. Next up, I'm going in with a eyeshadow from MAC called Saucy Miss, and it's like a purpley pink color on that same blending brush. And I'm just packing this on and blending it into the outer corner of her eye and then slightly onto the inner part of her crease as well. After that, I grabbed an eyeshadow from Anastasia Beverly Hills called Love Letter. It's like a little bit deeper, a little bit more purpley of a pink color. And I'm packing that on the outer corner just slightly lower down and blending it across with a big fluffy brush. And then to build up more intensity on the outer corner, I grabbed I'm Into It eyeshadow from MAC Cosmetics on a flat 239 shader brush. And I just press that on the outer corner and then go back to my previous blending brush and just sort of blend it into the other shade. Then I go back over the crease area with the clean blending brush just to really blend everything all together so we have a nice seamless blend up to the brow. Then with a flat shader brush, again I think this is a 242 brush from MAC, I grabbed a little bit of Show Gold highlighter and some Fix Plus, and I pressed that right onto the inner part of the lid, right up to the center. This is a really pretty like duochromatic gold highlighter with a lot of like pink reflex in it. It's so pretty. And then I moved to eyeliner, so I just grabbed a black liquid liner and a MAC 210 brush and just lined the upper lash line with that, slightly thicker on the outer corner, just to give her eyes some more definition. And then I decided I wanted to deepen the outer corner just a little bit more, so I grabbed Sketch eyeshadow from MAC and just pressed that on the outer corner and again blended it into my other shades on the lid. And then I just went back to one of my other blending brushes that still had some of those pink shades on it, just to buff out the crease a little more. Here I'm just cleaning up the under eye, you know, any eyeshadow fallout with a little bit of a makeup wipe just to make sure everything's all nice and clean so that when we go to do foundation and concealer, everything's nice and fresh. And then applying a little bit of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Instant Retouch Primer. Mom has like an oilier combination skin type, so this is really good for her to just keep everything in place. I'm just applying that in the center of the face with like a duo fiber brush and buffing it in. And then applying some MAC Face and Body Foundation to her face. So this is the shade C7 with that same dual fiber brush. I like this foundation on her because it's nice and sheer and natural and glowy, but it does help to just sort of even everything out. Then to really blend it into the skin, I'm going over top with a damp beauty blender and just pressing that all over her face just to give it a really nice sheer, natural finish. And then for concealing the under eye, I used MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I mixed together NC42 and NC50 like I used previously on her brow area before. I'm just using this to conceal and correct anything darkness-wise under the eyes. And I carry that up to clean up the edge of the shadow. And then to further highlight, I went back over top with just NC42 Pro Longwear Concealer. I did this more around the nose, upper lip area, some more on the under eye, chin, tip of the nose, and forehead too, just to bring some light to the higher points of her face and brighten certain areas. And then of course to blend it in, I'm going back over top with that same damp beauty blender just to really press it into the skin and make it really super smooth. And then after everything's all blended out, obviously I'm going over top, setting it in place, using my trusty Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder on a Real Techniques fluffy setting brush. So I'm pressing it on the under eyes, the sides of the mouth, across the lip, and I'm just going to leave that in place while I set the rest of the face as well. And then to set the perimeter of the face, I'm using a mineralized skin finish from MAC and a big fluffy powder brush in the shade medium dark and dark as well. And then we move on to bronzing a little bit. So I'm using another mineralized skin finish from MAC. This is in the shade Dark Deepest. And I'm using a 135 brush from MAC just to add further warmth around the perimeter of her face. And then I go right over top with a dual fiber face brush and gold deposit, which is obviously my fave, just to highlight the cheek area and forehead a little bit too. And then what I did here was just define her lower lash line with a 219 pencil brush from MAC and Love Letter eyeshadow by Anastasia and a little bit of Sketch eyeshadow from MAC Cosmetics as well, just to tie her lower lash line into the depth on the outer corner of her top lash line, just so it looks nice and smoky. And obviously doing a little layer of mascara as well, using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara just to really add some volume, depth. And then finally, just to finish off the cheek, I used a little bit of Burnt Pepper blush from MAC and a small blush brush, just dusting it on the apples of the cheeks, just for a little bit of extra color. And then for lip color, we kept it really simple, but super bold. This is a liquid lipstick from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Craft, which is like a berry sort of magenta color. Thought it looked super nice with this eyeshadow look, and really flattering on my mom's skin tone as well. Like super spring vibes, if you know what I'm saying.
You didn't spray me.
Anyway, so that's where I'm going to leave it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching how we created this together. It was so much fun. Please don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and follow me on Instagram. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Why is my titties wet? What happened here?
You had your braids on them. No, shut up.
They're wet.
Okay, smile. So what are you going to do after you're all glam?
Spotty dick.
Spotty dick, darlings. Spotty dick.
Spotty dick.
What was that thing called last time? Grubby cock? What was it called?
Grubby dick.
Spotted cock? What was it called? The stew? Close your eyes. Grody dick.
Grody.
Grotty dick.
Grody dick.
Grotty dick.
That's it, grotty.
Grotty dick.
Jiggle my gobble chin. My little turkey neck.
Ow! Stop! Stop!
My décolleté.
Décolleté?
My décolleté.
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 No. Turn your head this way. No, turn your head the other way. Where are you looking?
Bye.
Bye.